Oh my god. I did it. I did it, you guys. You guys! I freaking did it! Oh man, I'm so happy right now. Hello there, I'm TechDweeb, famous YouTuber with 10,000 subscribers. No big deal. I'll save the thank yous and the gushing to the end. This video isn't for me, it's for you. I want to give you something fun. You're here for a celebration, and that's what we're gonna do. Look, I have a cake and everything. I'll save that for the big party at the end of the video, though. These past few days, I got a huge bump in subs and reached 10,000 way quicker than I expected, which is awesome, but also super inconvenient because I have a bunch of other videos I'm working on right now, and I wanted to get at least one of them out by the end of the week, but I wanted to get a 10,000 subscriber video up when I reach 10,000 subscribers, and so now I have to make this video instead of those other videos, and the struggles of a TechDweeb are real, I tells ya. But wow, 10,000 subscribers, 10,000 people. I have a hard time picturing that. Like, if I was standing on stage talking about retro games or computers or whatever in front of 10,000 people, that's like my worst fear, actually. A huge room full of people. That's freaking nuts. But that's sort of what's happening here. I'm talking to 10,000 people now. That's actually kind of frightening to me, so many people, but also not, because I'm in my pajamas right now. And so are you, probably. We're just two nerds hanging out in our PJs 10,000 times. I actually had a hard time deciding what to do for this video. My big 10,000 subscriber milestone. 10,000's a big number. Like, I don't have 10,000 of anything. I don't have 10,000 forks. I don't have 10,000 dice. I don't have 10,000 Steam games yet. I don't have $10,000. Heck, usually I don't even have $10. But I wanted to do something related to the number. Initially, I was thinking I could do something for 10,000 seconds, but I did the math and that turns out to be too many seconds. So I needed to come up with something else. And then I thought that maybe I could eat 10,000 of something. Like 10,000 Oreos. But my doctor told me that I'd die if I did that. Then I thought that I'd overclock my CPU and GPU to 10,000 megahertz. That did not work. So, for my 10,000 subscriber special, here's what we're gonna do. 10 things. 10 different fun things. That'll only take a minute each, if you can believe that. Just a minute. 10 of them. It's like a variety show or something. So, without further dilly-dallying, as my mom would say, let's start with thing number 1. A quick tour of my dungeon of solitude in my mom's basement, where I hang out and make videos. We moved into this house just before I started my YouTube channel, so I've only lived here for a little over a year. It doesn't have much by the way of decoration yet. I have big plans for this place, but it's good enough for now. This is my kitchen. I call it my computer kitchen because my mom cooks me dinner in the upstairs kitchen, so I have this whole kitchen to cook up some tech, if you know what I mean. I also do lots of my filming in here. Here's my arcade cabinet that I made, where Hermione likes to hang out. Hey girl! This here is my computer room. This is my main PC at my standing desk, where I do all my gaming and video editing. Don't judge me for the cable management. I'm gonna build a cool little computer shelf under here, and it's gonna look really cool soon. And this is my other PC that I use for testing and game capturing and filming. And this is my messy desk that I use for projects. And there's more PCs over here too. And this closet is forbidden. Don't you dare ask what's in there. And on to thing number 2. I hope this one isn't annoying for you, but it'll be fun for me, and it's not all about you, you know. One of my dreams is to be a voice guy, for like cartoons or something, I guess, but actually more like a narrator. Someone who reads books and does the voices and stuff. One of my favorite shows when I was a kid was called Reading Rainbow. It was all about reading. And I love audiobooks. So, to practice, I sometimes read books out loud. I read books to my cousins all the time, doing all the voices, and they like it. So I thought it would be fun if I read one of my favorite books for a minute. This is The Hobbit. A terrible movie, but a pretty good book. All that the unsuspecting Bilbo saw that morning was an old man with a staff. He had a tall pointed blue hat, a long grey cloak, a silver scarf, over which a white beard hung down below his waist, and immense black boots. "Good morning," said Bilbo, and he meant it. The sun was shining, and the grass was very green, but Gandalf looked at him from under long, bushy eyebrows that stuck out further than the brim of his shady hat. "What do you mean?" he said. "Do you wish me a good morning, or mean that it is a good morning whether I want it or not? Or that you feel good this morning, or that it is a morning to be good on?" All of them at once, I suppose, said Bilbo. And a very fine morning for a pipe of tobacco out of doors, into the bargain. If you have a pipe about you, sit down and have a fill of mine. There's no hurry. We have all the day before us. Then Bilbo sat down on his seat by his door, crossed his legs, and blew out a beautiful grey ring of smoke that sailed up into the air without breaking and floated away over the hill. Very pretty, said Gandalf, but I have no time to blow smoke rings this morning. I'm looking for someone to share in an adventure that I'm arranging, and it's very difficult to find anyone. Alright, look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I accidentally ate some of the cake. Sorry, it was too yummy looking. I'll save the rest for the end though. Time for thing number 3. A few days ago I made a community post asking for questions. I was gonna do a 10,000 subs Q&A. I had no idea I would get so many amazing questions though. Seriously, you guys are good at asking questions. I want to answer way more of them than I could do in one short video, so I plan on doing another longer video, a Q&A video, to get to all the good and longer questions that I can't do here. But I'll do a few now, so let's see how many I can get through in a minute. And go! If you could do a secondary channel on any subject matter outside of tech you're interested in, what would that be? Let's go with board games. If a Retroid Pocket 4 came out right now, would you get it, and what would you think the device will look like? Yes, and I hope they go back to a retro-looking shape like the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus, but it'll probably be just another Switch Lite clone. My question is, who's your favorite retro handheld reviewer? Well, I don't like to pick favorites, so I'll just say that I love Retro Game Corps, ETA Prime, Wicked Gamer, Taki Udon, and Wolfdead. Do you watch anime, and what series are your favorite? No. What's your favorite book to read? The Hobbit. I just read it. Pay attention. What's your favorite video that you recorded in your time as a YouTuber? Oh, that's a good question. My original Retrobat video, actually. It was very early on. I've gotten way better at speaking and making videos, but I've always loved that one. What's better for stuffed cats? Entry-level GPUs or emulation handhelds? What are you trying to be funny? My cat isn't stuffed. She's real and alive, and she loves me. What do you do for a living? I'm unemployed and I make YouTube videos. Oh, that was a downer. Can't end on that one. Is your mom a fan of your channel? I don't know. Hey Mom! Do you like my YouTube channel? Yes. Yes, she does. Moving along to thing number 4. I wanted to share another one of my hobbies, board games. I have a pretty big board game collection. I don't have many friends to play with, but I do have a mom and some family that lives close by, so I get to play games fairly often. I like all sorts of games, but my favorite types of games are cooperative games, and games that have single-player options. My all-time favorite card game is Dominion, as you can see. I have the whole series of that. It's an amazing fun game, if you haven't tried it, and the expansions are awesome. A game series that I love is the Tiny Epic games. These games come in tiny boxes, or very tiny boxes, but they're like full proper board games. My favorite of those is Tiny Epic Pirates, I think, but it's probably just because I love pirates. My favorite strategy game is the Game of Thrones board game. When I can find a group of GOT nerds to play with who are willing to learn the game and play it for several hours. Also, the Crusader Kings board game is pretty great. I love co-op games, and my favorite co-op game is called Elder Sign. I love this one so much that I bought like custom wooden inserts to keep all the components neat and organized. For role-playing games, Mice and Mystics is amazing. I'm excited to try the expansion for that one soon. And of course, like any true nerd, dork, dweeb, geek, I play Dungeons & Dragons. I play online every week, and I sometimes go and play at my local game shop, and every now and then I'll host a campaign in my Dungeon of Solitude. I like being a player, but I love being the Dungeon Master. And now for something completely different. Thing number 5. Watch me spin this pen for 1 minute. So I believe I have a mild case of ADHD with a sprinkling of autism. I've never been formally diagnosed or anything. I'm 40, so I'd rather not know at this point. But now that I'm an adult and understand ADHD better, I'm fairly certain that I've had it my whole life. And it's probably because of my ADHD that I have lots of random skills, because I would rather learn how to do random stuff and get hyper-focused on getting good at one particular thing at a time than do my schoolwork, or hang out with the normal kids, or as an adult, do my taxes, or go hang out with the normal adults. Yeah, random skills are my favorite. They're the best. I'm pretty good at solving a Rubik's Cube. I know some great magic tricks. I'm good with a yo-yo. I can start a fire using only sticks. I'm pretty good at rollerblading, and this, spinning a pen. I learned how to do this in high school, and it's been a great tool to keep me focused when I'm trying to focus on something complicated. But it's also fun just to do on its own. There are a few basic moves you can learn, and you can string them together to make this sort of intricate looking finger dance. It's not as complicated as it looks. Anyone can learn it, I think. But it does take hundreds of hours of practice to get great at. Not that I'm great at it, but I don't do it to be great. I do it because it's fun and relaxing, and I wanted to show it to you because I like it and it makes me happy. I ate more of the cake. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm weak. I can't help myself. For the next bit, thing number 6, I'm going to show you my retro handheld collection. I keep buying these things even though I don't need them. I tell myself it's because I'm a big famous YouTuber and that you guys are relying on me to test and review these for you, but deep down I know it's just because I'm a weak man and I can't stop myself from buying shiny new toys. Let's go in the order that I got these things in. So this is like a chronological list. I'll start with my legit real handhelds because I got all of these before I ever got an emulation device. Of course, we gotta start off with my original Game Boy. This has been with me since I was a little kid. I didn't save all my retro stuff. I wish I did, but I didn't. But this is one thing that I'll always keep. And my Game Boy Advance. I got this a few years after it was released, but I put hundreds if not millions of hours into it. My DS Lite and my mom's DS Lite. I love this thing. I played lots of strategy games and RPGs, and mom played Brain Age and Picross. She still plays with this, actually. This is my first retro handheld. I don't know what it is. It sucks, but it got me into retro handhelds, so I can't fault it too much. This is the first real retro handheld I got, the LDK. I loved it to bits. I still love it, actually. And my original BitBoy, I bought this because it looks like an original Game Boy. I love that. And my Pow Kitty V90s. I have 2 of these because I wanted to have 2 because my cousins come over and I thought it would be fun for them to be able to play with them together. And then they do, and they like them. My Amblernick 280V was my favorite retro handheld for a long while. It's freaking awesome. But it was replaced by the Miu Mini, which to this day is my all-time favorite retro handheld. The RP2 Plus is the first Android handheld that I ever got. I love the look of this thing. And I gave my RP3 to my friend Boris, so this is my last one. It's the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus. It's the most powerful retro handheld I have. I love this thing. I have several videos coming up in the works for this one. I'm gonna get a few more in the near future. I have an RG35XX on the way. I'm really looking forward to checking that one out. I already have another super cheap Chinese handheld that I thought would be fun to check out. I haven't even unboxed it yet, but that'll be a fun video soon. And I'm toying with the idea of getting something more powerful. Probably a Steam Deck. Lots of you guys keep telling me I should. I feel like I'm the only one who doesn't have one. But I'm only gonna get it if I can find one super cheap secondhand. Or if Valve or someone sends me one. Hint, hint. Thing number 7 is my gift to you. It's a new intro for the start of my videos, but it's not a minute long, so I'm gonna talk about it first and then I'll show it to you. My previous intro, this one, that you've seen hundreds if not millions of times, I tossed together pretty quick when I started my channel. I spent a lot of time drawing my TechDweeb character. Yes, I did draw myself. It's a little bit of a self-portrait, but for the intro, I slapped it together quick when I first started my channel, intending on doing something fancier, but I stuck with it, and eventually it really grew on me, and then I didn't want to change it. I still don't want to change it, because I do like it. So this new intro is more of an addition to the previous one. This is basically what I wanted to do at the start, but didn't bother with. I plan on redoing this every now and then, maybe once every year or so. I know how to do animation and stuff, so I could do something more complicated. And eventually I want to come up with something very fancy, I think. But until I decide what to do for that, this is what I came up with now. And I'm very happy with the new version, and I hope you are too. Enjoy. Thing number 8 is this. Hermione, great news. You'll never believe this, girl. I did it. I reached 10,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. I'm a famous YouTuber. Finally, I did it. Meow. What do you mean you knew I could do it? How could you possibly have known that? Meow. What's that? You say you believed in me from the start? Meow. And you knew that I had it in me to achieve greatness? Meow. And you think I deserve thousands, if not millions of more subs? Meow. And that I'm the most talented and witty and charming dweeb on YouTube? Meow. And that you wish that you were a human girl so that we could get married because you love me and wish we could kiss, but not like weird cat kisses where you lick my eyelids while I'm sleeping with your weird scratchy cat tongue, but like real kisses with human tongues and everything? Awkward. Alright, listen. Yes, I ate most of the cake, but there's a little bit of it left. I'm not gonna touch it. I promise that I'm gonna save it for the big celebration thing at the end. Otherwise, this whole video would have been for nothing, right? I know my audience is pretty mixed. Some of you are into my general PC tech content. Some of you are here for my retro emulation content. Some of you are here for my weird jokes and other nonsense. And some of you are here for high quality video of my amazing hands. I know at least one of you is. But I know that lots of you guys specifically tuned in for my GPU content. So this one's for you, dweebs. Thing number 9 is a tour of all my GPUs that I have kicking around. A few of these are in PCs at the moment, although this changes on a daily basis. I'll try to do them in a somewhat logical order, starting with the crappiest and moving up to the least crappiest. I've made videos on most of these in the past, so check those out on the channel if you want to know more about any of these. This is a Radeon HD 5450. It's terrible, and I have 2 of these, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure this one's a Radeon HD 7500 EVGA 9500 GT that I got in a package of a bunch of GPUs from a subscriber. A few of these GPUs are from that guy, actually. My 9800 GT. This was the first real gaming GPU that I ever bought. Here's a Radeon R7 250. The famous GT710 and the GT730 and the GT1030 and a badass looking GTX 550 Ti. And here's the GTX 750 Ti that lives in my AliExpress gaming PC. 2 of my favorite GPUs from last year, the Nvidia T400 and the T600. And another favorite of mine, the RX 6400. This is an R9 270 that I'll be making a video about soon. And the HD 7870 that was sent to me, and then I'll be sending along to another YouTuber to pay it forward, so to speak. Here's a GTX 960 4GB, GTX 1060 3GB, my OG RX 580, and my AliExpress special RX 580, and a GTX 1650 that I painted white. This GTX 1660 was a used crypto mining GPU, RTX 3050, and an RTX 3060 that lives in my second PC that I use for testing and game capturing. This 3060 Ti is the GPU that I have hooked up to my TV for couch gaming. And of course my RTX 3080, which I used on my main PC for hardcore extreme gaming to the max. And here's the bonus, the graveyard of GPU boxes that I hang onto because I'm a hoarder. And this is thing number 10. That's right. Last but not least, here in this package, I have something awesome. I'm gonna open my YouTube play button. YouTube usually only sends the first play button, the silver play button, when your channel reaches 100,000 subs. But they sent me a special custom one for my big 10,000 subscriber milestone. That was nice of them. They must really like TechDweeb videos to make a special play button just for me. Well, let's not drag this out. Time to open this up and gaze upon its beauty. Hang on. Just gotta... Oh god. This is so hard. There we go. Wow. Just look at that. Isn't it beautiful? The brown play button. To commemorate my success. To signify that I, TechDweeb, am officially a YouTuber. Proof that I'm famous now. This play button will hang on my wall next to my other achievements. I mean, my other achievements in the future will hang next to this play button. For future generations to gaze upon and marvel and wonder who the heck made a fake cardboard play button. What a loser. And that brings us to the end. Oh, the cake? Well, we don't need to do the cake thing. It's not important. It's not about the cake after all. Maybe the real cake is inside of us all. Inside of you, inside of me. I definitely got some cake inside me. Now I know that you don't want to hear me get all sentimental. You don't want to hear me go on and on about how thankful I am and grateful that you subscribed and how it means the world to me and how we did it together and how you guys watching my videos makes me happier than almost anything else in my life. And all that emotional stuff that would just make things awkward. So I won't put you through that. I just want you to know that I'm having a great time making these videos. I'd make them even if only 10 of you watch them, to be honest, but 10,000 of you is way better. 10,000 times better, actually. It's been a fun ride so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing whatever comes next. Probably GPU tests and PC builds and retro emulation device reviews and jokes about me throwing things at my cat. Meow! So stay tuned for more of that and whatever other fun things I got cooking up in my dungeon of solitude in my mom's basement. That's it for me. I'm TechDweeb. Thanks for watching. All 10,000 of you. Bye-bye.